It's 94.7 Blair Radio. Our nonprofit news is brought to us by RVR Bank. Again, want to say thank you as they're fantastic sponsors. And today we're going into a special segment. We're starting to talk about the youth, the next generation, and the businesses and things that they're doing. Today I have David Himes with me. Thank you for taking a little time coming in and talking.
Thank you for having me.
And so he has his own business, and he kind of does things to be able to promote that. And your business is music, isn't it?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about what you do.
I guess as far as business goes, I write all of it. I record it. I produce it. I release it. Distribute it. Everything down the line I do. There's a lot of people that either like pay for producers or like pay to run ads. I don't know. I feel like there's a way that I can get myself out there because I've looked into how algorithms work. I've tried to beat the algorithm in that sense to try and get myself out there. But yeah, I guess what do you want to hear more about?
Well, so you write, produce, record your own music. You know, that's quite an adventure. Do you play multiple instruments?
Yes, I play piano, bass guitar, electric guitar, acoustic guitar, a little bit of drums, not as much drums, but a lot of the drums is just MIDI recording.
Sure.
But yeah.
And how did you get into being able to play all these instruments and then think, yeah, I could do this, I could produce?
So actually, I got into producing before I got into playing instruments because I had I don't remember what it was exactly. There was a small project. I think it was elementary school at one point where we were using iPads and we had to make something. We were learning about basic music theory. Again, it was elementary school, and we'd made stuff on GarageBand, and I absolutely loved it. So we got GarageBand on the family iPad. And I did that I enjoyed it so much. Fast forward a couple years, I got a new software that I still use. I'm looking into some new softwares, but it's called FL Studio, and a lot of producers use that. It's a really user-friendly platform. But I got into just messing around because producing's a really steep learning curve. But once you understand how the overall workflow of production works, you can transfer that when you move to different softwares. Like the tools do the same stuff. They're just different names, different locations. But to playing all those instruments, a lot of songs are made because you can pay a lot of money for realistic digital instruments. A lot of my earlier songs had, and they still do, they have digital instruments. I've just invested in higher quality ones, but some of your really synthetic ones, just like an orchestra sound that's made with a synthesizer, you can tell it's fake. And I obviously don't play violin or strings or whatever, but even piano, you'd think piano would sound real, but you can tell when it's automated. So I just taught I messed around on piano for years before I actually started using it in my songs, but piano was probably the first. Piano was the first instrument I learned, and something about me when it comes to music is I can't read sheet music at all. Everything I play and do is just memory. People would be like, "Whoa, what the heck? How do you do that?"
Playing by sound, by ear is what they call that. Then a little bit,
I can hear songs in it. It takes me a little bit, but I can sit down and hear it and not just play it out.
Sure.
But and I don't know. I could be doing dishes. I could be just at work or something. I could get a cool melody a melody idea in my head or something, and I don't know, just hum it out like da 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 or something like that, and it just comes to me. I can just sit down and play it out, and it all falls into place.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And so that brings in, being a one-man band, and basically.
Yeah.
And there are those out there that have done that have, really, I can think of Jeff Lynch with ELO, who was that way. Prince started
Yeah.
off that way. You had more currently, you have Foo Fighters, David Kroll. He's that way, and that's where Foo Fighters came from. The name actually that has an interesting history. So you feel are you inspired by that type of individual?
I guess in that sense, yes. I've heard of those guys. Don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't say inspired by them, if that makes sense. I kind of just figured it out for myself with those instruments. And I look at other artists for inspiration on like writing songs and stuff. But I guess a couple years ago I did find, and he's still probably my favorite artist to date, but he produces his own songs, and he posted a lot of behind the scene videos on Instagram and TikTok, and his name's Charlie Puth, if you know who that is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One of probably my favorite artist. He posts behind the scenes stuff, and just, I don't know, it amazed me how creative he has a really popular song called Light Switch. He made one of his videos. He was looking for a sound, and maybe he pre-plans his videos just for a content effect, because it gets you views, but he's looking for something, and he turns a light on, and he likes the sound of the light switch.
Right.
So that he records that. And I don't know. So if that makes sense, like I've had demos start similar to that. Like what was it? I'm trying to think. I don't know. I know there was one demo where I made something. I like the sound of. Oh, I remember what it was. There's a sound of a door closing. Mm-hmm. Some doors creak, right?
Right.
You close the door and it makes a creaking sound, and I don't know. I'm not going to try and copy the sound because it's going to sound weird.
I get that because it's very specific.
Yeah, but it goes up in pitch, and I kind of like that. And it was subtle depending on how fast or slow you close the door. Mm-hmm. The more the door becomes closed, the hinges get tighter and the pitch goes up. Mm-hmm. And I like that, so I recorded it. I added a ton of effects. I processed the crap out of it, but I made it into a synthesizer. I time stretched it, so it's this really slow thing, and I duplicated it, and it turned into the intro of a song with some pitch bending chords. Mm-hmm. Starts into nothing, and then it pitch bends into some cool soundscape.
Sure.
But yeah.
Yeah. So what flavor, what style would you say that your music is?
Genres?
Yeah. Or is it kind of what you're not pigeonholed into anything?
I think I'm not dead set in one genre. I think pop's definitely my main genre. Mm-hmm. I do a lot of R&B, hip hop. I wouldn't say I rap, but some of my songs, the instrumentals, sound like they definitely could be.
Sure.
It could have a rapper on it. I've only collabed with one artist ever. I guess that's just because I don't know where to look for artists, but I don't know. Yeah.
What would be your biggest need right now, other than listeners and people getting your stuff?
Probably money for equipment.
Recording
equipment is very expensive.
Yeah, microphones as well. Mm-hmm. Getting high quality microphones are pricey.
Yeah.
The philosophy, if you're like me, my philosophy is that I want to be the weakest link. I want everything else to be at top quality.
Yeah.
So that's funding to be able to get
and
that
going.
going.
That's what I'd like, but I can't do that right now. I don't have the money for it yet. I'm saving. I
Sure.
work, but all of my vocals right now are just recorded with my phone microphone.
Right.
I connect my AirPods and I sing into it like this. I record the vocals on GarageBand. I send them to my computer, and then I edit them on there.
Oddly enough, microphones on phones have increased in quality a lot.
And they're not as good as mics like
not
these.
as good as these.
Yep.
So again, where can people find your stuff?
Spotify, Apple Music, any platform I'm on.
Just look for David Himes, or do you have a different
just
name?
my name.
Just your name?
I'm on over 40 different stores. I don't know half of them.
It just spreads going like wildfire.
Use a distributor, and it just gets you up on all available platforms through that distributor.
Okay. So you have something coming up in the works?
Yeah, I have stuff coming. I have a lot of songs in progress right now. When I get off of work, I'll typically get on my computer for a little bit and maybe edit some editing or mastering. and then I'll either that or just like playing on an instrument and messing around with a melody idea, or even just writing lyrics while I work on another task. Just listening to could be working on dishes, and I have the instrumental. My workflow is kind of backwards when it comes to writing songs. I know a lot of people get a lyric idea and that leads to a song. I'm the complete opposite. Most of the time I have my entire instrumentals done before I even start writing vocals. So I have like 3-minute instrumentals for a song, and I could be washing dishes. I've said washing dishes a lot.
Well, it's a good chore to get done.
Good chore to get done, yeah. And I don't know, you vibe to it and just listen and write lyrics as I go.
Sure.
Once I'm done, I'll go write those down. I'll record a voice memo so I don't forget the melody. Then when I actually have time and like I'm warmed up, I'll look at those lyrics, I'll look at those voice memos and just get straight into recording. So I rarely ever actually, I guess when it comes to lyrics, I rarely ever actually sit down to write lyrics. It's always when I'm doing something else, I'll just listen to it and just kind of feel it and like.
Yeah. So you get inspired by what's going on around you sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You have to let go for it to come to you.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, check out David Himes, Blair, a gentleman right here, writing music, producing music, getting it out there, chasing a dream. And so he's looking for everybody just to be able to follow him as well as buy his music and help him grow this, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you for coming in today.
Yep. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.